Hello, everybody. It's a great day. Finally getting my carport installed. I don't know if you can hear that. I can't hear it either, but they are installing the carport, so I can finally get my solar system installed. That was holding up my solar because I needed a surface to install the panels. And after exploring several different options, I ended up ordering a carport and a metal building carport thing, and delays and no shows and all that. But finally they came today when I did not expect them today. They were supposed to be here last week. But I'm just thinking, yeah, that it's working out. The next big thing that happened today was I had a sheetrock guy come out to give me an estimate and discovered some things that I need to do to prepare the sheetrock, because the spray foam guys kind of did not scrape some parts of it properly, so it's protruding a little bit past the studs, and so that's going to present a problem. And so either I'm going to do that myself, some of it is up in the ceiling, or I'm just gonna pay the guy extra to do that. So still don't know which route I'm going. Now the other option to that is depending on what labor costs are going to be to do the sheetrock, I'm sorry, to flatten out the spray foam, I may be able to afford plywood and thick plywood. I don't know. So that's still like up in the air. I'm not quite sure what the decision is going to be yet. And I also, James is making some real progress on my septic, but his machine broke down today. So we're still wrangling with that, but it's in the works. He's here. He's working on it. I'm giving it to ya. The septic is ya's right now. Okay. I don't know if you can hear that sound, but that's the sound of my carport coming. Finally, they just texted me this morning, unscheduled. They were supposed to be here on Saturday, didn't show up, and then this morning I got a text, they're on their way. I'm like, okay, well, thanks. But I'm happy. I'm actually happy about it. Okay, so here it is. So as soon as he pulls up and we're kind of talking about where to lay it out, he asked me if I have power, and I said no, I don't have power. That's kind of one of the very first things I talked to them about, that I don't have power, so they need to bring a generator. In fact, I think I was upcharged for that. And in Jamaica we have a saying. The saying in Jamaica goes, "Uno see me die in trial." Uno, which is can you see my dying trial, which basically means you're going through some kind of trial right now. Because I mean, it's getting done today, and I'm so grateful and I'm thankful to Yah, and I'm being patient. But to show up asking me if I have power is kind of crazy. So so we'll kind of see what transpires. I'll check back in. I don't want to kind of have the camera on them too much, because I try to respect people even though they're on my property, but try to respect that as much as possible. But I don't think it's gonna be a problem, because if anything I'll just use my generator. But as you all know, I hate using my generator just because I don't want the wear and tear on it, and it's to power up my things, not to power up a 30 by 20 metal building. So we'll see, but they've been nice so far, so I'm just gonna hang tight and let them work. So they're gonna unload now, and then one of them is gonna go get a generator and come back to get started, because honestly I really did not want my generator used for that. I mean, I can see it's an honest mistake, but it's been an interesting thing. And as I mentioned, that I built a metal building when I was in Texas, and so I just hired one guy and he kind of did everything. And here I went through kind of just one of those companies you find online, and what happens is that the company is in North Carolina, So I knew they were going to use a third party, obviously. But it looks like that third party uses a third party, a fourth party. So, because the company I bought from has one name, and then the people who are scheduling it has one name, and then these installers have a different name. So, I guess this is just part of the whole thing. And I get it. But it makes me wonder that if everybody touches this, how much money gets added to it every time, you know. But I'm fortunate that I'm able to do this, and I'm fortunate that they're here today. I'm so blessed that this means that my solar can get installed soon and get a sense of normalcy. A sheetrock guy should be coming today, because I'm still in between this whole sheetrock and this whole plywood deal. So I have a couple sheetrock guys actually coming between today and tomorrow, and then I'm gonna just decide once and for all what it will be. But I'm just ready to get something up so I can move out of that cabin. Last night I was in a cabin. I was so hot. I was so hot all night. Oh my goodness. And I had the heater on, and I was like, should I turn it off? But then I remember that every morning when I wake up, it's colder. So it's so weird that it's hot at night. But and it was like, I looked at my phone, it was like 39 degrees. And it was so hot, like to the point where I took off my, you know, outer garment, and I'm still there. I wasn't fully in the sleeping bag. So, but I was so hot. And then I'm sorry, I was looking at phone call was coming in. And then I decided not to turn off the heater, because I know that usually in the morning around somewhere between 5 and 6 o'clock, for some reason always is cold. So that's the general layout right there. So it's 30 degrees, not 30 degrees, 30 feet going that direction, and then 20 feet this direction. So James just texted me and said, can you come out and make sure that they're orienting your carport the right way? Because I'm not sure if they're doing it right, but they are. They're doing it right. So it's 30 going that way, because I need the roof space for the solar panels, and then 20 coming this way. I know I keep like trying to use my camera to show, and you probably don't even see what I'm talking about, but it's kind of being installed opposite of what you'd think, because you'd think the longer side would be the side that you would be on the front of the front, but the longer side is actually on the back or on the other side. I know I'm not making sense. You'll see it when it gets to a certain point. The other guy went out to get his generator, so they're just kind of setting up. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm getting my carport. Okay, so now they're just making sure that it's level and even. So I have it pushed back, I'd say about 5-10 feet. I don't even know how far back it's going away from the road. Eventually, what's gonna happen is I may even cut an entrance into it from that side. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet, but right now we need the shorter side here and the longer side going that way, because that's what we need to accommodate the panels. Fanta. Should come get one of their Fantas. But so I'm taking you down the driveway. I don't often walk down here just because it's such a long walk. Which reminds me, I've not seen my neighbor in a long time. He's been working, and so I have not seen him in a while. So I mentioned in previous videos before that at some point I'd love to do like a circular type driveway. So this is where I would take the other one kind of around there, and that would lead right back around to where my temporary shed is right now, and to where my little garden is. So you can see, every time I look at the soil, I'm just thinking this soil might be better than people make it out to be. I know somebody in the comments told me it's called silt, but to me it just looks so fluffy. I guess because in Texas our soil is so horrible, anything that just seems to have a little bit of softness to it just impresses me so much. See some rocky areas over here. So my property goes all the way back over there. That I typically don't really venture too far, but like I said, this would be the secondary driveway. And I don't know if you can see vehicle marks, but James uses it when he's coming sometimes with his big vehicles. Instead of tearing up this driveway, he will use that one. And this right here is the road. So the road would run, the main road, or the easement is kind of what I should call it, would run kind of where you see that the road starts to S down there, like where that big tree is. So it would run kind of behind that tree and run down there. So that's the easement. That's where my property line ends. You can see my neighbor's little cart over there. But yeah. So again, over there is kind of, now weirdly enough, not weirdly, but because on the property I had 2 perk tests done. So over there behind where the view is actually really pretty back there, actually very pretty back there, prettier than where I'm at. I can see it a lot clearer, and it perked over there. So that's initially where I was going to put my cabins, but it's just when we thought about over here has much more rocks than over there. So when we thought about what would be involved in kind of clearing these out and all that, and getting a road back there, it just made more sense to try to perk the other side. So when the other side perked, we decided to just to do everything over there. But I have a site over here that I could eventually build something if I desired that. I don't know if I actually desire that, but yeah. So I'm kind of walking back up the drive. So it's about 5:30 now. The guys are still here. They got us. I just finished having dinner. They were delayed because they ran out of power. They had to go get a new generator because the generator they had wasn't working right. They came without a generator this morning, went and got a new one. Apparently wasn't working right, went and got a different one. So they're finishing up now. So there you can see the roof going on. And we go watch a little closer. I think they're picking up the pace now because they can see that nightfall. It's nightfall. Yeah, so 5:30 is late for me. Okay. I'm a little old lady that goes to my bed like early. But they're picking up the pace. Even the 4th guy, because all along only 3 guys were working today. The 4th guy, he's kind of like the main guy, so he's getting into it because he's trying to finish up. But you see on the ground, the roof, because when they pulled off the roof material, I thought that looks lighter than I ordered. and now seeing it on the roof, it is it's dark again. Now I have to wonder if I'm gonna have to take out maybe this tree right here, if it's gonna be a problem with some of the panels. I don't know. I don't think it will be a problem, but we'll see. Exciting. Alright, I guess I'll come back when it's all done. So when I move into this cabin, I definitely will be taking out a couple of these trees. So this is the front porch I'm standing on right now, and I think at some point I'm probably just going to turn it into a what's it called when you put the mesh mosquito wire, not mosquito wire, but enclosed. I'm gonna enclose it. Why can't I remember what that's called? I'm gonna enclose it, and I'm gonna cut back some of these trees and just chill out here because it's a beautiful view. And when you see the sun in the horizon over there, it's usually so beautiful. So so I meant to ask about this, and I may have asked in a different video, I don't know, I should go back and check. But this part of the property, I did ask, but I just put like a text thing, and sometimes people don't read that. But this side of the property stays really wet. I'm sure the cabin has a lot to do with it too. It blocks the sun a little bit, but I think it's mostly the trees that block this side of the property, and so the snow and water just stays here a little bit longer. It just stays wet, and I'm wondering if it is it makes sense to just take out these trees, take out a couple of them. I love these trees. I love the way they frame the driveway here with this other tree on the other side. But or maybe take out some of them or thin them out. But this area right here is completely saturated, and it's from the snow that just lingered there. So what would you do? Would you and then even with the when it snows everywhere else, the snow melts off of the roof, but on this roof it takes a lot longer, and ice and everything takes a lot longer. So I don't know that it's a problem, but I'm just wondering if it's going to cause some kind of erosion, and I should probably take out some of the trees so enough sunshine can come in through here. Let me know what you'd do if it was your property. Alright, they're cleaning up now. Okay. Hopefully this is enough space left for my addition. I did measure it out though. But I measured it out, and then I had James put down the dirty screen there, and he covered my measurements. I'm just like, I hope it was in the same spot, but I think it is. Should still have enough room for my addition one day in the far future. I like it a lot. Just look at the sunset over there. So beautiful. Beautiful colors. It's amazing. I mean, it's like fire over there. It's gorgeous. Very pretty. Okay, so I meant to come out this morning and shoot a video, but I was working all day, working on a project, so I'm really honestly just coming out for the first time today, and it's like after 4 right now, and this is just to show the drive up, or when you'd be driving up on the driveway, what you'd be seeing up the Homestead. So what's gonna happen eventually, and I gotta pace myself, honestly, right now, is all these trees right here where it will come out and the driveway will extend over there so I can get access to the garage. So that is the carport right now. And as you can see, I know it doesn't make sense to a lot of people because you'd expect the long side to be facing the road or the driveway, but I had to orient it this way, and I explained that in a previous video, so you may be hearing this for the second time, but I had to orient it this way so I would have more roof surface facing south, which is over here. So if I'd done it the other way, I wouldn't have enough roof surface, but it was easy for me to just pull these bushes out later on and make this the front of the driveway at the front of the garage and put windows in this side. So when it's all done, it will make sense. Right now it just seems a little odd because the opening is not, you can't really access the opening. Now you can access it actually, but I mean, I can squeeze in here and I can access it from the other side as well. It's just that to the naked eye you might think it wouldn't make sense to put it here, but there's a reason why it wasn't done that way. So eventually this will be all done and I can chill. I just I don't love having to wait on contractors, and you know, somebody came out and gave me quotes for sheetrock and stuff, and I still have not heard back from him yet. He hasn't given me the quotes. I mean, I got some quotes, but I'm still trying to like get a couple other numbers in and still haven't gotten numbers in yet. So yeah, waiting and waiting and waiting.